Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful blouse, the stylish blouse. So the inspiration is the one by the left, while my creation is the one by the right. So if this is something you're interested in, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get started. So welcome back guys. So for this video, we'll be needing a basic pattern. So when I mean a basic pattern, I mean a pattern that has the shoulder, the bust, the armhole, the half length, and the blouse length. So that is the basic pattern we'll be needing. So I'll be drafting that now, but this video will be very fast so that we don't waste too much time on this video. And for this pattern, just make sure you have an extension of about 4 inches at the lower part of the top. So for this top, I'm using a length of about 22 inches. I'm using length of 22 inches. As you can see, the 4 inches or 5 inches below. So that is what I added down after the blouse length. So like I said, we'll just be drafting a basic blouse pattern with a dart. So that is what I'm doing now. That is why the video is very fast. So if you can draft that, just keep watching to see the next step. So after you are done, the next thing to do is to connect the bust area towards the waist area like this. As you can see, I'm connecting the bust to the first side of this dart, just like this. So this is what I'm doing. So just go ahead and do the same thing too. So this is what I did. So now what I'm doing now is to transfer this dart using my tracer wheel to the other side so that I can also mark out the dart when I open up this pattern. So guys, in case you don't know, this pattern is on fold and this is because of the edge of the blouse. So I'm extending this line downward just from the one I connected from the bust to the waist. So I'm just extending it from the waist just downward. So let me use my marker to just draw this out so that you can see. So now let's cut out the pattern so that we can go ahead and do the other things. Like I said, I went ahead to trace out to mark out the dart for this other side, so I'll just go ahead and just rule that out now. So now guys, let's do our shoulder slope. So like we usually do, I measure 3 inches at the side, then I will slant it down by 1 inch towards this area, then I'll just show a line across that, then I'll cut that out. So that is my shoulder slope. After the shoulder slope guys, we go ahead and cut the neckline. So for this neckline, I'll be using 3.5 inches on fold. So when I open it up, my neckline will be wide as 7 inches. Then downward, I'll just be cutting a very small neckline of about 4 inches. So I'll be marking 3.5 by 4 inches. As you know, the neck is not a straight neckline, is a slanted neckline. So I'll still be adjusting this neckline. I'm just giving it a base. So that's why I'm cutting this neckline. I'm sorry the lights went off, but I just have to continue this video. The lights will be back soon. So I'll cut out the neckline just like this. Then the next thing to do is to open this up to draw this asymmetric neckline. So for you to get that neckline, what I did was to measure my upper bust here. This point, your upper bust is where your bust is starting from the shoulder. So I measured this, then I went up by half inches so that my bust will not be showing. So I measured 6 inches for mine, then I rule a line across that part just like this, just a short line. Then what I'll be doing is to place my ruler like this. I'll place the ruler like this, then I'll just rule from the tip of the neckline just downward, a straight line. Make sure the line is straight, don't make it bend, make sure it is straight. Then for this other part here, I'll just be using the curvy part of my French cuff to just connect this part up like this. As you can see, I just extended this line downward, so I'll be cutting out the excess, the unwanted part of this neckline. So that is what I'm cutting out now. So after you're done with the neckline, what I did was to fold the pattern paper back. Then what I'll be doing is to extend this line that was coming from the bust area. Yes, that line, I'll be extending it downward to the extension we have at the lower part of the blouse. I know I told you I added 4 inches for the extension at the lower part, so I'm just trying to rule that out. And for this line too, I'm trying to rule it across so that I can know where the blouse length will stop for the other side too. So guys, from the end of the dart at this point here, so I'm just ruling a slant line. Let's just see like 3 inches or 2.5 inches apart from this other line. So I just slanted it like that. Then I'll be ruling this line too from the edge towards the end of the blouse at this other side. So I'll be explaining again. So from this point here, I'm ruling a line downward. I'm ruling a line downward. You can use a sharp edge or a slightly curvy edge like mine. Then for this other part, so you rule it from the tip downward to the edge of the blouse, just like this. So this is what I use, and for this part here, it will just be straight like this. So now let's cut out the pattern we need. Please make sure you follow closely so that you can know where to cut and where not to cut, please. So after cutting, what I'll be doing is to take in this dart. So I'll be taking it in with a paper tape. So this is what I did. So I took all the darts in, so I don't have any dart again here. So the next thing I'll be doing is from this waistline here, so I'm going down by 1 inch. Then I'll be making a line across, just like a slash and spread kind of thing. So I'll just be ruling the line across. I'll be ruling the line across just like this. Then after ruling the line across, I'll go ahead and cut the line. You will see that also. So after you are done, your pattern should look like this. So the next thing is just to transfer this to our fabric, but before that, let's cut our back pattern. So for this back pattern, it's just the regular back pattern with a zipper allowance and a dart also, and the length will be the length of your blouse, not with the extension. So for this pattern, I'm cutting out this part here because I want to separate it from the pattern. You can actually cut it together, but I wanted to separate mine because of the slash and spread over there. So for this slash and spread, you add your sewing allowance to the necessary part. So for the side, I'm adding 1 inch, while for the other side, that is the joining side, I'll be adding ½ inch. So for this side here that has the slash and spread, I'm just adding ½ inch. At the side, I'm adding ½ inch here. So where the slash and spread started from, I notched it, and where it will end, I also notched it, so that when I'm making the gathers, I don't go beyond and above that. So after you are done with that, you remove your pattern, and this is what we have. So it may look somehow now, but when you start sewing, it will look better. So this is what I did. So for the back, I just cut out the back also, putting the allowance at the necessary part. Yes, I added the allowance at the necessary part also. So for this is my sleeve. So this is the sleeve I'll be using. And for this smaller part that I separated, so I went ahead to cut this. So I made the fabric unfold like that, and I added the allowance too. So now let's start with the facing. So for this facing, I added facing to this curvy edge of my fabric. So if you are using a lining, you add a lining to be full lining, but because my fabric is thick and I just need to make that part, I just need to turn that part with something. That's why I'm adding the facing at that part. And this part also, as you can see the facing, I'm just adding this more facing to this. So this is what I have. So now if I want to start sewing, where I notched from, I'll make a gathers down to this point. So for the facing, I'll go ahead and turn the facing just ½ inch first before I join it. So I'll go ahead and do that. So after doing that, this is what I have. Then for the facing, this is what I have also. So now the next thing is to join this smaller part to this other part. So from the pattern, you note where this opening will be. You know, there was an opening from the pattern we drafted, so you note where it will be. Then you pin that edge so that it doesn't move. You pin it down to the place you notch. Then you just join till you get to the upper part, and make sure the gathers are in between. So for this other one, this is what it looks like. So I'll just place it like this here. Like I said, this is folded into two, so I don't need to turn the smaller part. I just need to use a bias tape to just turn this So I'm using a bias tape to turn this gently. I'll be putting it like this. Yes, I'll put it like that, then I will sew, then I will flip it over to the other side and sew. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. And for the back also, this is what the back look like. I added facing to the lower part of the back because I don't want to hem it, and for the neckline of the back I just use a bias tape to turn it. So this is what it looks like after joining it together, and the only thing remaining now is the zip and the sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and fix that, and this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. The only issue I know you can have with this blouse is joining the front, but if you can get the front, the blouse is very easy to make, and this is what the back looks like. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon to get notified whenever I drop new videos. See you in the next video. Bye.